Alrighty, so page 6, which is, let's see, we're getting kind of towards the end here, aren't we? So this is what page, where am I? Yeah, this is page 5, that's page 6. Looks like we have page 7, and then we should have maybe one more for page 8. Yeah, we do. So we're getting towards the end here, not all the way not all the way to the end, but we're getting there. Let's get to her. So if you watch the previous page, you're going to see a very similar style here. It's going to be this idea that I'm going to use some kind of structure that's going to help me find some distances, and then I'll show you the skill of actually making it on my whiteboard screen here. So we have to use a copy of the segment using line P. So the key word here is that we're copying a segment. A segment is just a one-dimensional object. That object means it literally just has um, a distance, which is important because if it just has distance, that means all we really need is a single circle to cover this. So here we have a circle with that center. All we have to do is take this and translate it so the center is now around P, or use a second circle. I'm just going to translate it. Okay, so boom, there it is. If I just take any line segment from here out, like that, that's going to give me the segment that I need. So in the end, the thing we actually needed here was a single circle, because a single circle carries just a single distance, and that's all we needed here. So the same circle I used for the bottom one, I carried used for the top one. So here we need a copy of the angle using P. So this is very similar to the Khan Academy one where I have this angle. So the important thing to note here is if I have to copy anything, it boils down to copying points. So that's what I'm going to identify first, like where are the points in question. I think I have a crayon tool. Oops, okay, well, no big deal, I'll use it. No, I won't. That is horrible. Okay, so obviously this point is being translated directly to P. So the question is, like, where are the other 2 points that I need? Now in Khan Academy, I think they had you, or some people figured out they can use a circle to identify them, but it doesn't really matter where they are. I just need to find like 2 other points to copy. So let's say I'm going to copy those 2 points. In the end, that's what it was always about. Like, just how do you locate the right points in the right places? Yeah. So once we identify the points, because that is an important first step, now you need to start transferring distances. So let's say I'm going to transfer this distance first to my new drawing. So I have like this circle. So what I want to do is to get a circle just like this one, not this one because of course it's already being used. But if I get a circle just like this one and move it so it's now centered around P, I now have effectively copied this bottom distance. So like this distance right here should be the same as this distance out to anywhere. And I'm just going to angle it down because I can, and also because it doesn't really matter. I'm just trying to copy a distance, right? So this one's taken care of. Now let's talk about this top one. I need to take a couple distances for me to find this because again, a point that's fixed in space needs 2 distances to cover it. So here is distance 1. So let me make a quick copy. And so I'll center that around P. So that'll give me a sense kind of where that's close to. But now I need to actually find a different one as well, because there are 3 distances in play here. Certainly the one out to the red one, which I've covered, then the center vertex out to the top red one, but also the spacing here. The top point is fixed, which means 2 distances are needed to fix it. So I'm going to take this circle, which if I was my compass, I'd have it locked in place, right? But I'm using circles, and send around my endpoint. And so like my guy right here is locked in, okay? So I know this looks confusing, but just kind of consider step by step. I use this first big black circle to identify my bottom length, which I have here is marked in green. And then to find my top fixed point here, I have to actually use 2 pieces. Okay. So to find this top one here, I had to use 2 circles, the one from the vertex and the one from my bottom point. When I did, I have it. So again, if you're kind of tracking what I used here, I used 1 circle to find a distance, then 2 circles to fix a point. Okay. Last one, angle bisector. Now again, this is about calling up the right figure at the right time. My claim is that this is actually going to be a kite. So let me struggle to draw a kite again. Now we're going to use a kite for kind of a really different reason. This is not going to be so much for the perpendicular piece, although that's going to be nice. But I'm using a kite because of this line. Okay, so this line actually cuts this angle here in half, which is what I'm going to use here. So my job is to take this kite and actually construct it in this location. So the beginning should be a shock to nobody. In fact, hopefully it's becoming super repetitive. But the very first step here is to identify these 4 points. If I can put these 4 points in the right places, I am set. Now, let's kind of recolor code here. This location is determined by this vertex, so I just got to find the other 3. So if I look at these 2 points, hopefully I'll notice that these are kind of equally spaced. In fact, in our kite build before, we used a single circle to get those 2 points in the right place. So no surprise, I'm going to do the same thing right here. A single circle to help me locate point 1 and point 2 and point 3. So point 2 and point 3 are now located, just like I did here with the purple one. And so now I got to find point 4. So let me recolor code. So I got to find this guy. And so it looks like I got to find the distance here, these guys I'm pointing out, for my points 2 and 3 in the middle, which I can do again by circles. So let me kind of show you what I mean. So let's go green. Okay. So if I go here and I locate green, it should be the same circle as if I use that one as well. So 2 more circles are going to be necessary to find that last green point. So I'm going to use that circle here and the same circle centered at the bottom. Why are you bouncing? Oh, you bounce on me? Okay, so just like finding this last green point using 2 circles is possible here as well. So now I'm able to locate my point and go about my merry. Because I have 1 point of contact, 2 points of contact. There we go. Now this circle's a bit off because I was kind of guessing, but there's a little bit closer to what it should be. Okay. Now if you're saying, well, I don't see the kite, Mr. Collins, let me help you see it. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, back to there. And so that's going to be my kite combined with this middle line here. So hopefully you're seeing the kite structure there. So again, these are all about just finding things that you know or have to be true, like a single circle finds a distance, 2 circles fix a point, and here this kite, because it's going to cut right through the middle of this angle, and so I'll just use the kite construction here. So that was part, 6, I think. So we just have a couple more parts, and then we are through. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys in a minute.